What a game of football. Bro, this game had it all. This has to be the best Champions League game we watched this season. Inter Milan 2-0 up to then Barcelona coming back making it 2-2. Second half starts, Inter Milan score again. And then a minute later, Barcelona come back. Hey, giving some of that own goal is insane. That is a Rafinha goal. How are you taking that away from Rafinha? That was a 10-10 goal taken away from Rafinha. Bro, that was an insane goal. And you want to take it away and count it as an own goal. And I'm saying that as a Barcelona non-fan, bro. Lamine Yamal is different. Lamine Yamal is special. There's a reason why I tell you what. Lamine Yamal is coming home to Manchester United. Inter Milan should have won. Offside, controversial call in my opinion. But damn. Italy next week is going to be one to watch. Italy next week. Barcelona, Inter Milan, second leg. Hey, yo, 3-3. This is what Arsenal thought they're going to be doing yesterday. This is literally what Arsenal thought they're going to be doing yesterday. But San Siro, we will be there. I cannot wait. Hey, what a game Wallace went to. Fair play.
We saw one of the best semifinal Champions League games that I've seen in years. And I'm not even trolling when I say that, bro. Inter went up 2-0. Barca then goes on to make the game 2-2. Inter then goes on to make the game 3-2. And seconds later, Rafinha, which ends up being an own goal, makes it 3-3. And when I tell you that the goals in this game were what like all football fans around the world want to see, I'm not lying. I ain't lying, lads. These goals were incredible. Incredible finishes. The first goal that Inter scores, ball gets whipped in. Thuram does like a side back heel type kick to beat Chesney for an unbelievable first goal. Lamine Yamal's goal. This dude dribbling crazy, barbecuing everybody, finesses it into the back of the net. The dude's amazing. But Inter should be going home with all the confidence of knocking Barcelona out. You might say, why? They were leading in this game twice. Not only that, you went to Spain in front of Barca's home fans and put up 3. That in itself is impressive. Matter of fact, I don't think there was one game this year where Real Madrid put up 3 goals on Barca. Am I tripping? I think they've put up 2 max. I don't think they've put up 3. Maybe I'm tripping.
I'm sorry, is the offside in the room with us? Because they're going to make you think that Mkhitaryan was offside. If you saw Inter's 4th goal of the game, the goal that would have won them the game against Barcelona on Barcelona's turf in the Champions League, you would have known it was onside. This was an absolutely insane decision to make, especially when you consider the context. 63rd minute, Dumfries gives Inter the lead. Then moments after that, Rafinha, it ended up being an own goal, but finds a way to equalize it for Barcelona 3-3. And moments after that, Inter plays this ball through to Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan scores the 4th goal of the game in about the 73rd minute. So at this point, you know Inter's going to win the game. After what? A 5-minute VAR check, they're going to say no goal offside. You always know something shady's happening when it's a 5-minute VAR check. You're going to tell me Kubarsi's knee didn't keep Mkhitaryan on? No freaking way do I think this was offside, and I hate Inter.
Can you just play the second leg now? Play it tomorrow if you got time. I cannot wait another week for the second leg. Barca against Inter was one of the best games of football I have ever watched. I mean, where do you even start? You can talk about how well the second leg is set up for next week. Who's got the advantage? Is it Inter? They're so good at home. But Barcelona have got game breakers. They have got the best player in the world and Rafinha as well, who has been unbelievably good this season at dragging Barcelona specifically back into games. How many important goals has he scored to turn the tide of matches? Yamal grabbed that game by the scruff of the neck in the first half and got them back into it. But Rafinha, that thunderbolt and that noise when it cracked off the bar was one of the sexiest things I think I've ever heard. Like the arrogance to do that after Inter had just gone back in front. Rafinha said, nope, we're back in this. Barca have just got that capability. I said this when I made a video at half-time. People wrote Barcelona off way too quickly in that first half. When they were like, no, you can't go 2-0 down against this Inter side. There's no way back whatsoever. They've got Lamine Yamal. They've got Lamine Yamal, who put DeMarco in a blender so many times in that first half, picked the ball up from an outrageous position, scored one of the best solo goals I think we're ever going to see in the Champions League. And nostalgia merchants might say that's not the case, right? But that is, when you think of the significance of the moment and the pressure that Barca were in that situation. But this kid does not feel pressure. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. These players have got no respect for game state. They do what they want. They go and break games. They go and produce these moments because they feel like it. It's because it's what's in their nature. It's how football should be. It's beautiful to watch. And look, a word for Inter as well, because I thought they were brilliant. The way they set up to get past that Barcelona high line. I said it in my video at half-time. People think that Inter, five at the back team, play negative football. They are brilliant under Inzaghi, but they just got caught out by Barcelona turning it on. Crazy game. Can't wait for next week. I honestly, unbelievable game of football. Again, people are going to write Barca off because they're going to say, look, Inter, they're at home, they're good there, they don't concede many goals. But Barcelona have got they've got it all. They might not be able to defend that well. They might keep a really high line and leave themselves vulnerable. They might not be able to defend set pieces. I mean, how good was Denzel Dumfries tonight as well? Just going back to his tournament form. I think, obviously, 2 goals and an assist. It's just unbelievably good game of football. And I think we're going to be talking about that game for a very, very long time.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number 1 bullshit guy.
Barcelona will get a lot of love, but let's talk about Inter Milan. Let's give them some love, man. The amount of times they were this close to just breaking through Barcelona's high line were ridiculous. That chance from Dumfries, bro, it was a toenail offside, bro. They nearly went ahead away from home against the best team in the world. Oh my God. Inzaghi is one of the best managers I've seen. I'm sorry, bro. Look at what he's working with right now. And the way people were just talking down on his name before this game were ridiculous. They were talking down like Barcelona were just going to walk all over them. Instead, he hung with them, bro. He went ahead 2-0 in 20 minutes, then went ahead again. And Barcelona, every single time, had to chase from behind. He did that in Barcelona's backyard. Do you know how insane that is with these set of players? Bro, Barcelona are the best team in the world. And that second half, the way he switched it and was able to get these guys to start breaking that Barcelona high line and start taking advantage of it. He's literally a genius. Stop talking on his name the way you guys do. Martinez, who's their best attacker, going off. You had Darmian coming on, bro. Darmian. He was rejected by Manchester United in like 2019 or whatever. Bro, I swear to God, if Inter Milan had just 1 or 2 fast players, I genuinely think they might be able to beat Barcelona, bro. Just because of how good Inzaghi is and how he sets his team. Move the ball so fast and swiftly, you don't even know what day it is, bro. Take that first goal, for example. Barcelona didn't know what hit. Get Inzaghi to a better team or get him some fast players on the counter, bro, because he would actually kill teams off so fast, they wouldn't know what hit them.
What the hell did I just watch right now? Barcelona 3, Inter Milan 3. I don't even know if you guys can hear, but my voice is completely gone because I have no clue what the hell just happened. Like the first 10-15 minutes of the game, Inter Milan go 2-0 up. I'm done. I'm depressed. But then I still had belief in the team. We make it 2-2. Incredible finish from Ferran and then Lamine Yamal. I'm going to be making a completely separate video about that kid. I don't even know, words cannot describe him. What he done today, he brought the team back into the game. And then the second half starts. Once again, we concede from another set piece. It's just not good enough. We make it 3-3. We score from our own set piece. But every single time Inter Milan went on the attack, it just felt like they were going to score. It's not good enough. Something needs to change in the second leg 100% if we do want to qualify, which I do think we will. Because I'm not going to say this was one of our worst performances this season, but defensively, it was up there as our worst. But attacking-wise, people want to call this team the best defensive team. We scored 3 against them, which shows that if we are on it, we can score the goals. That's all we need to do in the second leg. Just score. But defensively, don't be so open. It was a good performance, nothing special, but the atmosphere today, incredible from the fans. During the match, before the match, after the match, incredible. One more game to the Champions League final. We need to do it, and we will do it. I'm 100% confident.
Listen, the Netherlands are the tallest country in the world. They're the tallest country in the world. All we had to do is cover dumb fries, bro. Him and his fucking fries. Just cover the fries and we win the game, bro. But that's okay, bro. Spectacular. Spectacular. We'll go win it at the San Siro, hopefully. Just cover dumb fries, bro. The Netherlands, they're the tallest people on the planet, bro. Put Araujo on him on corners. Araujo, just cover him. Why are you covering the box? Cover him. He's the tallest, bro. Then anyone that's from Dutch, they have to be covered. They're the tallest people in the world, bro. As for Yamal, best player in the world, Rafinha. Rafinha, spectacular match from you. You did everything. Nothing bad today, Rafinha. You are incredible. Hey, listen, bro. Ferran, incredible. Pedri, incredible. Ooh, maybe we'll go win it at the San Siro. Maybe we'll go win it at the San Siro. We've been here before where the first leg we tie, we go win it somewhere else. Maybe. Anything is possible at this point. With us, anything is possible. Game of the season, by the way. This is the hardest path to the Champions League, is this side. I told you. Inter Barca was the hardest side of the bracket. None of that Arsenal, nothing. 1-0. What is that?
Absolute cinema. That was genuinely one of the greatest Champions League semi-finals that I've ever witnessed in my entire life. 3-3. Everything to play for going into next week. The individual performances, Lamine Yamal, the way that Inter Milan went toe-to-toe. Denzel Dumfries with 2 goals. With Barcelona, it was unbelievable. What a game of football. I mean, 2 contrasting styles. I mean, this feels like years ago now, but it all started off with that Thuram flick. I mean, what a goal in what the opening 30 seconds. He flicked around the corner. He started the move, went out wide, came back into the box, and a lovely little flick past Szczesny, 1-0. Then they went 2-0 up, and at that point, I thought, Inter Milan don't concede goals. I thought Barcelona might struggle a little bit here. They need to show something, and then Lamine Yamal just decides to turn into the best footballer in the world, like we already knew he was, with just an absolute... Genuinely, that will be a historic goal in Champions League history. The way that he picked up the ball, dribbled past a couple of players, the little feint, you know, inside of the post and in. It's one of the best goals I've seen in the Champions League knockouts. And then Ferran Torres' goal so quickly afterwards to make it 2-2. Pedri's ball into the box is outstanding. A lovely little knockback from Rafinha and a good finish from Ferran. And then, just when you thought Barcelona would kick on and go and win the game in the second half, Denzel Dumfries, again, another header from a corner. Well, the first one was an overhead kick, and this one was a powerful header. And you thought at that point, again, Inter Milan are well in this. They're fighting in this game. But so many teams have not been able to do against Barcelona this season. So many teams just get overrun by their frantic and sort of aggressive play style. And then Rafinha pulls one back. A minute later, smacks one off the underside of the bar, hits Sommer and goes in. And then after that, it was just end to end to end to end. Inter Milan with so many chances. This offside goal that was like a toenail offside. I thought it was on when I saw the replay, but then that got disallowed. And then Barcelona chances, that Rafinha shot at the end. Barca had a couple as well in the box with those sort of scrambling to try and get shots away. Couple with Fermin Lopez. But just, it's breathless. I can't wait for next week already. Both the Arsenal PSG game and the Barca Inter game. Unbelievable. I'm begging for a Barcelona PSG final. It would just be pure cinema. But Inter Milan played just as big a part of that. Inzaghi deserves so much credit. So does Hansi Flick. And yeah, what a game of football.
What a game this has been. 3-3 between Barcelona and Inter Milan. That's how the game ended. 3-3. Next week in the San Siro, we will be there no matter what. I'll be posting a YouTube video very soon. Peak file over on YouTube. Boys, the game started. Thuram in 50 seconds scored a goal. What a finish. Dumfries assist. Bro, then 21 minutes into the game, Dumfries scored an overhead kick. Then Dumfries scored again, by the way. But we'll get into that after. Lamine Yamal, 3 minutes after that, scored a very good goal. He's 17! He's 17. Scoring goals like that, taking on the players like that. That Ronaldo chop, he did to DeMarco. Wow. And 14 minutes later, that team goal for Ferran Torres' goal. Pedri out wide to Rafinha. Rafinha to Ferran Torres. Good goal. Then Dumfries scored again after half-time, 64th minute. Then Sommer own goal. What a shot by Rafinha. Brother, 1 minute later, by the way, after Dumfries scored, they scored. This has been a game. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments on this game. We will be there next week. Arsenal versus Barcelona. The Champions League final is loading.
This is corrupt and rigged. You're telling me Inter Milan should have won today 4-3. Barca literally read... Bro, he literally read Mkhitaryan onside. But yet they said offside? Like, look at this for yourself. Mkhitaryan was onside. The goal should have stood. But no, somehow Barcelona win. And Barcelona get their result. And it ends 3-3. What? Mkhitaryan's toe was offside where? Bro, that's literally the grass in black. That's not his boots. That's the grass in black. Can't you see the sunset and the sunrise? This is what I mean about VAR and referees. They don't know how geography works. They're now making up lines when Barca literally read the guy onside. I'ma say it again. It doesn't matter. San Siro, we will be there. San Siro, you will see Inter Milan destroy and embarrass Barcelona out of the Champions League. And then the next day, you will see Paris Saint-Germain destroy and embarrass Arsenal out of the Champions League. And on top of that, Manchester United are beating Athletic Bilbao.
Now, look, I expect Barcelona to get to the Champions League finals. However, the defense could be the reason Barcelona gets eliminated in the second leg. I mean, awful defending from set pieces. I said in recent weeks, that high line is shaky as hell now. You know, for most of the season, the high line looked perfect. But now you're seeing mistakes. Obviously, it doesn't help when you've got Gerard Martin playing left back, no Balde. You understand? Balde obviously has way more quality, has also the pace as well. But yeah, man, that defense, I mean, to concede, first of all 3 goals was just poor defending. All 3 goals. Well, you know, shout out to Dumfries. Fantastic goal, the first one especially. Obviously, the second one, it was a header, I think, deflected off Danny Olmo. And the first goal as well for Thuram, Blad. I mean, I know there was a slip, but so much defensive mistake and errors and stuff. But yeah, the defense is the reason Barca could be eliminated. But when you have the attack, basically, when you have literally the best player in the world in Lamine Yamal, then you know that you're going to create so many chances, and sometimes the goals will outweigh the bad defensive errors, man. But yeah, but the defense can be the reason Barcelona gets eliminated, because 3-3 is actually a great result for Inter Milan, because most people expected Barcelona to win. I know the comeback and everything, it was special. However, everyone thought Barca was going to win. So for Inter Milan, they know at the San Siro, you know, will Yamal be as great as he was today? He would have to be. Will the Barca defense be on point or not? We're going to find out, man. But yeah, man, fantastic comeback, but the defensive mistakes are just not good enough.
Game of the season. Game of the season. Barcelona 3, Inter Milan 3, Champions League heritage. What a game of football this is. This is why we love football. This is why football is the best sport in the world. Because no sport can get anywhere close to this. Especially when we got a game of this quality. Players like Lamine Yamal, Marcus Thuram, Rafinha, Denzel Dumfries all ran the show today. But let's be honest, the real winners today were the neutrals watching this game, because Barcelona Inter fans, you must have had your hands in your heart in your mouth half the time, because Barcelona would score, Inter would score, then Barca would score, then Inter would score. It was just a complete and utter chaos. But it was the chaos that neutral fans would absolutely love. And it's exactly the perfect story for what the Champions League's all about. Dramas, goals. I mean, some of the goals we saw today, like, were just simply incredible. And we had 2 of the future Ballon d'Or winners, either Rafinha or Lamine Yamal, absolutely balling out as well.
That has to be, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the best games I have ever seen in my entire life, because from beginning to end, from the first half to the second half, amazing football from both sides. Let's start with the drama. Quick and simple. Less than 30 seconds in, Thuram gets the fastest goal in Champions League semi-final history with a backheel goal. Do you understand how fucking crazy that is? And then Dumfries. Dude, Dumfries was on something tonight. He's gonna get drug tested. I'm calling it right now. He's gonna get drug tested. Because what do you mean? As a right back in the semi-final, you get 2 goals and an assist. Do you understand how wild that is? And this guy was everywhere. And he could got another assist if it wasn't because of the offside that I'm gonna say in a second. Then, bro, I'm running out of adjectives. I'm running out of ways to say how good this kid is. Lamine Yamal, I pray to God that he never gets a serious injury. Because if this kid is this good at 17 years old, what are we expecting when he grows into a grown-ass man's body? When he's actually developed? What is he going to be doing when he's 25? That is going to be a sight to see. Then, brother, what is Hansi Flick feeding Ferran Torres? Why the fuck does this guy keep scoring like he's freaking David Villa, Fernando Torres? He's F. Torres. He's Fernando Torres again. He's El Niño, but playing for Barcelona. I don't get it. And then, bro, what a goal. What a goal. I know it went down as an own goal. It reminds me of the Fede Valverde goal when it bounces off the crossbar, it bounces off the goalkeeper and goes in. I know it doesn't count for him, but my God, bro, Rafinha. He needed to wake up. It wasn't his best game, but my God. This right here, though, brother, I know it's offside. I'm not going to fight it because it was rightfully offside. But his toe. Overall, this is is a win. This is a W for Inter because now they got to go back to Italy, to freaking El Giuseppe Meazza, to the San Siro. With a 3-3, they basically control their destiny. And Barcelona, I don't know if mentally this is going to affect them or not, but regardless, you guys let me know in the comments. One of the best games I have ever seen in my life.
How much I love this club, bro. I genuinely got so scared that we were about to lose this game, bro. Like, oh my god, this game had me stressing, bro. How do you let Inter Milan score in the first minute, first 30 seconds, bro? First 30 seconds, bro. And then they got up 2-0. I thought that was the end. But then, what did I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all about the Lamine Yamal hair, bro? Bro, Lamine Yamal cuts, boom. Easily top 3 in the Ballon d'Or. Easily top 3. And then you got some good ass play. Oh my god, Rafinha to Ferran, Ferran Torres, Tiburon, the shark. All I'm gonna say, Barca need to work on clearances, bro. They need to. Almost all 3 goals were because of crosses, bro. Oh my god, when they scored that third one, I was pissed, bro. Pissed. And then Rafinha. Give Rafinha the Ballon d'Or, bro. Give Rafinha the Ballon d'Or, bro. Because that shot was out of this world, man. Out of this world, bro. It counted as an own goal, but still Rafinha. Oh my god. The power, bro. The power. I never want to see somebody doubt Barca ever again, bro. And don't worry. Because in Italy, we're going to win. Don't worry. You already know. We just got to, oh my god. Barca just needs to lock in training. Hansi Flick. Go lock them in, bro. They got to lock in. So then next week, we can go to the final. Game had me stressing, bro. We low-key need Lewandowski and Balde back, bro. Lewandowski. Come on, bro. Oh, stressing me out, bro. But Lamine Yamal, oh my god, MVP. Lamine Yamal today, MVP. Lamine Yamal, MVP.
On everything, I would last more than 35 seconds. 35 seconds. Almost choked the UCL. These are the 5 things that saved Barca from being eliminated from the UCL in the first leg. It cannot be a normal club. You're conceding 35 seconds into the game. 35 seconds. I'm lasting more than 35 seconds. I'm lasting at least a minute. A minute you're not scoring on me. I promise you, about 35 seconds. And you're conceding 2 corners. Dumfries, they're letting right backs score headers. 2 corners in 1 game. And honestly, forget 5 reasons. There's 1 reason why we're not eliminating the Champions League. This is the reason right here. Lamine Yamal, if he's not there tonight, we're out of Champions League in the first leg. First leg, halas, GG's, it's over. We go again next year, as always, next year. And I've been seeing a lot more disrespect on Rafinha. Has he not been playing as well recently? 100%. But bro, when in doubt, Rafinha always shows up. I literally told you. I was telling everybody. 2 GA today, an assist and then a goal. He got an assist in the first half, clutch equalizer to Ferran Torres, and then a banger. It goes as an own goal, but come on, that's Rafinha's goal. And also shout out Kubarsi because he genuinely saved us. He saved us from conceding even more goals with those tackles, those last ditch tackles. But defensively, it's not good enough. Bro, we're holding 3 here at the Montjuic, 2 corners. What are we holding in Milan next week? What are we going to hold in Milan? Thank God it's 3-3. Considering the circumstances, thank God it's 3-3. We got to be ready. And no Kunde, no Balde. So I better see Araujo, Inigo, Kubarsi, and Eric Garcia, I guess. I guess that's the lineup you go with. Because, bro, we got to pray in Milan. But we're in there. We have a chance. We're not losing. We just got to win. It's 0-0.
And the game finishes there, and we've drawn 3-3 to the scum of planet Earth. For the first 21 minutes of this game, this was the most unsuccessful hate watch of all time. This was going down in the history books for me and my fellow Juventus fans. But luckily, we turned it around thanks to this man, the best player on planet Earth. And it became a semi-successful hate watch because we got the draw and we're going to San Siro now with a draw. And when I say we, by the way, I mean myself, every Juventus fan on planet Earth and Barcelona because we signed a 2-match loan deal with them. We got 1 match left with them. Just hopefully they can get the job done. But I can't lie, the scum in Milan, their fan base, they'll be happy with that. They'll take that every day of the week. Yeah, draw away, go to the San Siro, 3-3 on aggregate. They know their weaknesses. If any team on planet Earth can affect my lonely team Barcelona, it's these guys. With their dangerous transitions, their effective counter-attacking system. My goodness, this high line, bro. How do full-time Barca fans deal with that high line every week? It was giving me heart attacks. If this Barca team could just defend semi-competently, this would genuinely be one of the best teams in the modern era. 100%, because the attack and the midfield is top. The technicians they have, the amount of creative players they have, the amount of goal threats they have, The way they keep the ball, the way they move the ball is ridiculous. But my goodness, the defense. The defense is weak. The defense is weaker than a plastic straw. But guys, it's okay. Because the second leg, Yamal will be there as well at San Siro. He's going to shut down the San Siro. He's gonna carry on the legacy of Messi and Neymar. And he's going to send them home. No doubt in my mind. And I will be there. We will all be there. Visca el Barça and Visca Catalunya. Inter. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this game. In all fairness, for a neutral, I'm not a neutral because I was on loan at Barcelona. This was an incredible game. Not for me because I needed the win. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you thought about that game. And click the follow button if you haven't already. We're so close to 190k. We'll be there next week.
Absolutely shocking. Barcelona are robbed. Look at Thuram. He's offside. I have drawn the line for you. Look, why is the goal given? It's a clear offside. Look, he is the last player. The goal is given. Where is the VAR? Where is the referees? They don't want Barcelona to win the Champions League. Look, proof that Thuram was offside. The goal should never be there. This is the Champions League semi-finals and mistakes are happening at the highest level. I am lost for words. Just look at it. The goal should never stand. Now Barcelona will lose because the system is against them. Honestly, just look at it. He is the last player there that scores the goal. Why is the goal given? Why can't they be fair? This is robbery against Barcelona. Thuram and Inter Milan are offside. The goal should never stand. It's worrying that it's happening at the highest level. Honestly. Shocking.